What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joshua Edwards, live from Brooklyn, New York. This is Panthers Pride Television. Look, we know that we are officially wrapping up the NFL Scouting Combine. Here, just a reminder of the key dates that you guys need to pay attention to. We all know that we are in the parts where you can be franchise tag or transition tag. NFL Scouting Combine is wrapping up within the next couple of days. March 10th is really when free agency begins to kick off. April 21st is the off-season workouts. And then April 24th through the 26th is the NFL Draft Day. Now, with that being said, there have been a couple guys in this NFL Scouting Combine that has made a lot of noise. A lot of guys have risen, and a lot of guys, in my opinion, have dropped as well. I am a huge advocate for the NFL Scouting Combine. I remember there was a time where guys were actually going out here throwing, running, and competing. It's just that simple. Like, nobody wants to go, respectfully, Mike Green, nobody wants to go to Marshall to watch your pro day. Yes, I understand that you're a top-rated prospect, but at the end of the day, bro, it's not just interviews. If they want to just do interviews, they need to change it from the NFL Scouting Combine to the NFL interview process, because guys are not going out here competing. They're just taking up spots, and it's just a lot of, it's watered down, basically. But there have been a lot of guys that I think have made noises in the NFL Scouting Combine because I believe, obviously, Ted McMillan is the best receiver. But here are two guys that are huge targets and could be huge targets for Bryce Young, and also are big body receivers that can be labeled as replicas in comparison to Ted McMillan. So Jaden Higgins is a guy from Iowa State, 6'4", ran a 4.47, 87 receptions this past season, 1,183 total receiving yards. And then Alec A. Maynard, if you remember him, he was a guy that lit up Travis Hunter, in Boulder, Colorado that first season. 6'2", ran a 4.4 this NFL Scouting Combine, 63 receptions, and 831 total receiving yards this past season. Now, if you remember, Adam Schefter said the guys that you select at number 10 and guys that you select at number 35 overall, all of them are interchangeable. There's not a huge difference between a Mike Green and a Mikael Williams. Now, if you're talking about an Abdul Carter, obviously, and Will Campbell and Mason Graham, yeah, there's a huge difference. But he's on record saying that a lot of teams believe that there is a lot of talent. And I see, from what I've seen, this draft class is immensely talented. From the defensive side to the offensive side, there are a lot of great talent. So I think us having those four fourth-rounders, we're going to be scooping up guys early. We're going to make trades and get guys in the second, get guys in the third. But Jaden Higgins right now is a huge guy on my draft board. We got to take a look at him. If you played NCAA 2025, you know exactly the type of issue he presents. Not only him, but the other receiver on the opposite side at Iowa State. And Alec A. Maynard, he's another guy that is going to go later third round. We have been linked with actually drafting him with our 76th overall pick. So these are just two guys on my draft board. If we go defensive with the first overall, these guys right here had the possibility at going second round, especially Jaden Higgins, with, Xavier Legette nursing that foot injury, no timetable. He's a guy that can start day one, a guy that can go out here, has great ball skills. I look forward to it, man. So, yeah, just make sure that you're just tapping in. And obviously, next up, like I just said, a lot of guys feel their head at the NFL Scouting Combine. There's a guy that has compared himself to Julius Peppers, and how dare he? I have never heard of a guy comparing himself to Julius Peppers with these type of numbers. He ran a 4.59, which is okay for an edge rusher. 31 total tackles, 1 forced fumble this past season, 6 tackles for losses, and in his career, 4.5 sacks. He's averaging 1.5 sacks per year. It's so bad, Julius Peppers had damn near more interceptions than he has had his entire college career sack-wise. Julius Peppers had 3 interceptions. This dude right here had 4.5 sacks. This is also what I mean by, what does the tape say? What does the eye in the sky say? I understand that I want guys to go out here and compete at the NFL Scouting Combine, but you might go out here and test well, but what does the tape say? The tape says that this guy right here, currently speaking, Shamar Stewart, is not a first-round grade. I don't know why he has a first-round talent written all over him. If it's me, I think he needs to slide to the second, maybe even third round, just based off of what the tape says. A lot of guys are just going off of hopeful. 4.5 sacks, I don't want a hopeful. I don't want a hopeful with my first or second round picks. I'm sorry. If I'm drafting you first and second, hell, even third round, I want a quality starter or either a quality backup that's going to be on my team for years to come. And this right here screams a huge bust. Shades of Julius Peppers, I'll be damned. He's not even in the same stratosphere as the Julius Peppers. Julius Peppers was an All-American in college. This guy is not even all-conference type of player. So you got to make sure that you're doing your due diligence. I know the Carolina Panthers are. We've already said what Dan Morgan has said on his, his soliloquy and his rant. We want guys that are physical and that are going to be ready to play. So if you're just under a rock, Deebo Samuel has been traded to the Washington Commanders. And here are just his measurables when you're talking about him in comparison to Adam Thielen. This past season, he had 4 touchdowns, had played 5 more games than Adam Thielen, roughly about 55 more receiving yards with 3 more receptions. And his trade value during the time, what I was saying was, I think he's going for at least a 4th rounder. And he went less than that. He went for a 5th rounder. That just goes to show you that the Dallas Cowboys don't know what the hell they're doing. We traded Jonathan Mingo to the Dallas Cowboys for a 4th rounder, and Deebo Samuel went for a 5th rounder. I understand he has a $21 million cap hit, but that is just a fleece. So, my perspective, this is also some guys we got to look at. If you remember, I said Jack Beach and Savion Williams are TCU's top prospect. Jack Beach did not get invited to the NFL Scouting Combine. I don't know how. He was a Senior Bowl MVP. Savion Williams ran a 4.48, 6'5", another Swiss Army knife. He has it also in the running game. On this right here, this graphic, it's only his receiving yards, but he also had 6 rushing touchdowns and over 600 rushing yards as well. So these are just 2 guys right now that I believe are going to be huge prospects, even though we missed out on Deebo Samuel. We know Romeo Doubs is also going to be available in free agency, but if we're looking to use our draft picks wisely, we have 4 4th rounders. These are obviously guys that are going to be there. Savion Williams is going to be a day 2, maybe day 3 selection. Jack Beach is going to be a day 2, day 3 selection, day 2 at best. And, I mean, it's tape is there. The tape is out there. And like I said, I understand that we're not selecting and picking up Deebo Samuel, but if you're just talking about just 4 guys that you need to look out for, Jaden Higgins, Alec Maynor, Jack Beach, and Savion Williams.